Hi, it's Dorothy Guiding with Scrapbooking Quebec, and I'm thrilled to be participating in the crafty school-themed YouTube hop called What Does School Look Like for You? This is day 4 of a 4-day, 40-channel hop, so there's loads of inspiration out there, including a bunch of links below, so be sure to check them out. I'm going to be scrapbooking a page about what September means to me. So I'm going to be pulling together some supplies and tools to create that back to school feel. But if you don't have back to school photos, all you have to do is switch up to the theme of your choice, any supplies, because this is a really fun page design and easy too. Now here's what I'm going to be using. Most but not all comes from the Fancy Pants Good Old Days collection. There are rulers, cork, lined paper, all of that really lends to that back to school feel, but they're not the traditional colors, so it's kind of fun. So I did do a bit of preparation in advance. I prepared this frame style foundation with 3 sheets of paper and I gutted 2 of them, and there is a tutorial on my channel where I make a frame foundation, so I will link that up. I'm showing you the paper I have, and those photos, I matted them in 2 layers of cardstock, hidden cardstock behind that. That's what I was showing you, and I'll talk about that later on. I'm also showing you a few tools I have on my desk. I went through my tool stash to pull anything that kind of had that school feel, and I got that notebook border punch from Creative Memories, as well as that Apple Builder punch and stamp set from Stampin'. Now what I'm going to do is create kind of a mini page, something I often do. So I'm cutting down a bunch of paper, and what I'm going to do with this one is use that Creative Memories border punch just to punch myself a notebook along the side. I mean, what's more school than lined paper and a notebook? I absolutely love that punch. So I'm going to cut all of this down, and what this is going to evolve in is a layout where basically 2/3 of the layout is going to be kind of the photo area and 1/3 the embellishment. So it's going to be different than my traditional layout where I have 2, maybe 3 embellishment clusters. Now what I'm doing is taking this strip of paper here, it's 3 3/4 inch wide. I'm putting in a 3-inch square die on the angle and making myself a banner. Obviously you can do that with a pair of scissors too, and you're going to notice all the measurements for what I'm doing are on the screen. So here I am basically kind of setting up my area for the photos. And like I said, behind those photos there are 2 layers of scrap cardstock, and I did that because I'm going to have lots of layers on this page and I just want them to pop out a little bit. It just helps them stand out. Right now what I'm doing is creating myself a journaling box, and I'm matting it in this paper that I gutted from behind my foundation page. Now I'm using 2 5 by 3.5 photos. That large block can be replaced by 1 photo, a 5 by 7. And this small journaling box, which is 3 by 4 inches, that can be replaced by another photo. So this page design, which I'm using 2 photos for, can actually be used for 1 to 3 photos with all the measurements I'm putting on the screen basically. So I'm adhering all of these page parts together, and I'm going to adhere it to the screen right now before I start my decorations. But this is really an easy page design. Now I end up making 1 decoration for this page, and the rest of it I'm using the embellishments from the embellishment pack that I had from this collection. What I'm showing you here are letters, and I put the title on wax paper, and it says "The school year is my new year." And even though I'm not in school anymore, my kids more or less are finished school, not quite, but almost. I guess once a student, always a student. I don't know. Anyway, now what you see me doing is once I placed my title, which I ended up kind of centering it, which actually I only did that because it's on wax paper, by the way. Typically I would take a title, a long worded title like that, and justify it towards one side, kind of line it up, but I ended up liking it better centered, and I only knew that because I put it on wax paper. And you also see me kind of playing around with embellishments. So in that embellishment pack, there were these scalloped borders, so I kind of put that along that journaling box and cut it and had it come out the other side. And also right now what I'm doing is just making myself an apple. Now that bundle, that apple and stamp set is from Stampin' Up. I know the punch is still available. I'm not sure about the stamp set. Anyway, an apple obviously screams of back to school. Even though I'm not back to school, I still kind of live the season every year. So what I'm doing here is creating a large embellishment cluster around that journaling box. And when I'm doing this, I do like how it looks. I decide to start filling in those empty areas. Now when I started this, I thought I would be creating an embellishment cluster in the top left, kind of like a traditional page, but I ended up not liking it. What I started doing was just filling in that whole area, kind of like the right third of the page. Like I said before, I'm just additioning a few little pieces there, but you know what? In my gut, I just preferred having all of my embellishments all on the right third of the page. So even though there are design rules, you know, like clusters and 3 groupings of embellishments or 2 for a diagonal design, in this case I end up putting everything on the right third of the page, and I just like it. So all I'm doing is following my gut here. Right now I'm just simply adhering the pieces all to the page exactly as I had placed them. I'm going to start putting down this title, and then I stop the camera and then I go back and you'll see the title's down because that's just boring to watch. And again, I'm still thinking I should put something in that top left-hand corner, but I end up not doing it at all. All I end up doing is filling in a few more of those spaces. So I put this banner at the top that says, "Let's make some happy memories," and I pop that up on foam adhesive. The same thing with that heart underneath the title, and all I do is add a few enamel dots on each end of that scalloped border, and that is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to Scrapbooking Quebec, I'd be absolutely thrilled if you did. If you are a subscriber, thank you very, very much. Don't forget to check out all the other participants. Their links are all listed below. There is so much inspiration out there. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.